We're going to talk about upper cross syndrome. What the heck is that, right? Well, if you are at a desk all day, you're typing, or you've got a phone like this, you're driving all day, what you may start to notice is your shoulders begin to round forward and your head starts to go forward. I'm going to show you a real quick way to identify this, simply looking in your own mirror, okay? Now, preferably I would have you take your shoes off, but for all intents and purposes, it probably won't make that much difference. So I'm going to close my eyes and take a couple steps marching in place, and then I'm just going to land where I'm at and try not to move. One of the easiest ways for you to determine if you have protracted or rounded shoulders is if your hands are facing backward. Now, this isn't going to always be the case, but it's a pretty good indicator. So if your palms are facing your body like this, your shoulders are probably in pretty good shape. Now, what happens is as these muscles in the front, the pectoral muscles, shorten from being like this all the time, your back muscles stretch out and potentially become weaker. So if when you look in the mirror, you see your hands facing backwards to any degree, you probably want to focus on stretching your chest and strengthening your back. Now, this doesn't mean you can never do push-ups or chest presses again in your life, but I would refrain from it for a little while until you create more balance and symmetry between the front and the back. Let me move this ball out of the way. So to start off with, we want to stretch out the chest. So I'm going to do my favorite little corner stretch here, and I'm going to put one foot forward. Okay, so we're going to do my favorite little corner stretch here. With 1 foot forward, I'm going to place both arms at roughly 90 degrees here. And instead of leaning forward with my head, I'm going to lean my whole body forward, kind of tucking my hips under so I'm not arching my back. And then I'm going to hold that for 20 to 30 seconds or longer. It feels really good, and the tighter you are, the more you're going to feel this. Now, not everyone has a corner that will work that well. So you could simply grab your arms behind you, keep your belly button in, don't arch your back, and pull back and down as well. So that's the chest stretch, but the next thing we need to do is to strengthen our back. So I'm going to show you a couple exercises that'll be great for strengthening those posterior muscles. First, we're going to start with a row. Now, you work with whatever you've got. So I'm going to use this coffee table here. And I have the band that is wrapped around the leg, so the table is not going to move on me. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Now, I'm starting with a double red band, but you'll probably begin with a yellow or a green. And you can order these on Amazon. You can get an assortment of different color bands. They come with the handles. So just sitting up nice and tall, I'm going to bring my arms in. Notice my forearms stay roughly parallel to the floor. My chest is out and my shoulders are back. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, then slowly releasing. I exhale, squeeze my shoulder blades, inhale, and slowly relax. Now, as I contract my back muscles, my chest muscles automatically stretch. This process is known as reciprocal inhibition. So even though we're not deliberately stretching the chest, we're actually doing so inadvertently, which is great. We're strengthening the back and we're stretching the chest. So the goal would be to do about 8 to 12 of those, ultimately working up to the point where you're fatigued. But for now, just work on form and make sure that you're not feeling anything uncomfortable or any pain afterwards. Next, I'm going to show you another way to open up the chest, a nice gentle stretch. You could do this on a Bosu balance trainer. You could use a yoga bolster. I'm going to show you on a foam roller. All right, I'm going to start off sitting right on the edge of the foam roller. If you have weak abdominal muscles, you've had an abdominal tram, you've had a C-section, a tummy tuck, you may not be able to roll back like I'm going to, in which case you would simply come from the side and sort of work your way up here. But ultimately, we want to be lying supine and your body is supported by this foam roller. You're going to start with your arms up and then slowly let them just open up and stretch. Now, I had shoulder surgery and I'm still recovering, so this is about as far as I can go. I could let my hands touch the floor, which gives me some support, but I feel a tremendous stretch across my chest, and I'm just going to lie here for 20 to 30 seconds or longer if I can do so, and just allow those muscles to relax. Now, if I want to add another component, I can actually squeeze my shoulder blades around this foam roller. So remember what I said about if we contract the back, it automatically stretches the chest. So we're killing two birds with one stone. So we're isometrically contracting the back muscles. We're not using weights or bands. And then we're doing a passive stretch to our chest. Now, to complement this exercise, let me grab the next band and I'll show you a reverse. Okay, there are lots of bands that are available, but this one works pretty well for me. So what I've done is I'm doubling up a yellow band and I am holding either end. My palms are up and I'm going to show you from the side and from the front. So I'm going to retract my shoulders and then I'm going to bring this out to the side and slowly let it come back to center. Squeezing my shoulder blades. So from the back, looks like this. I retract and then I pull. From the front, I retract and then open up nice and wide. Now you don't want to let your shoulders hike up. So make sure that you're not having to work so hard that you're cheating on your form and you're jacking up these muscles, which will end up giving you either neck ache and tight muscles there, or for some people it can actually trigger a migraine. So these are a couple great exercises to correct upper cross syndrome, round shoulder syndrome, basically stretching the chest, strengthening the back. Always make sure to consult with your doctor before beginning this or any other exercise program. And check out our other videos on cancer exercise on the YouTube channel. Although our focus is cancer, we have plenty of wonderful videos on all different exercise and nutrition topics. So check it out.